We're not going to Japan just yet. I'm Brett, and I'm planning my dream trip following the F1 season. And I only plan each round after the previous one has concluded. In this episode, I have to take 3 flights to get from Shanghai to Japan. And I finally get a ticket to the race that doesn't cost me my life savings. We leave Shanghai with McLaren falling away and Mercedes becoming the dominant team in 2026. George Russell followed up his win in Melbourne with another win in the sprint race. Kimi Antonelli became the youngest driver ever to get pole position for a Grand Prix and backed it up by winning his first ever race. McLaren were in all sorts of trouble with neither car able to start the race. And Oscar Piastri hasn't raced a single lap of Grand Prix this year. The McLaren cars were 2 of 7 retirements in the race, with Max Verstappen also joining them early in the garage. And the news came through that due to the ongoing tensions in the Middle East, the Bahrain and Saudi Arabia races have been cancelled for this year. So in order for us to have a successful Japanese Grand Prix, we need to find flights, accommodation, tickets to the race, and check out all there is to do in 3 different places. Soon after Kimi Antonelli held his trophy aloft on the podium, I got straight into searching for flights. My first thoughts were to go straight from Shanghai to Osaka and then spend some time travelling around Japan. But what I soon found was a meagre amount of options available, with the cheapest flight being $1,682 for a 2-hour flight. It turns out that China's not very happy with Japan at the moment, due to Japan's political stance with Taiwan. And in response, Chinese airlines have cancelled many of their flight routes to Japan, meaning that any that are available are super expensive. So I went back to the drawing board and actually booked 3 flights. First to Beijing for 4 nights, then on to Seoul for a further 4 nights, before landing in Osaka on the 25th of March. The total cost of these 3 flights was $951. That's over $700 cheaper than the direct flight. Absolute craziness. 3 different places, so 3 different sets of accommodation. For the skip to Beijing, I've chosen the Hefang Xinyi Hotel, which has good ratings and is of course in a great spot for touristing, and at $330 for 4 nights is pretty cost effective. When we hop to Seoul, I'm back to using Airbnbs. We're also here for 4 nights, and this place in Jeowon-dong meets all of my needs, most notably beds and toilets, with a bit of modern comfort. This place has set me back $417. And for the jump to the land of the rising sun, there were no options anywhere near Suzuka, so the best idea seemed to be staying where our plane landed in Osaka and taking a 90-minute train ride on race day to the circuit. The place that stuck out to me wasn't the cheapest option, but it just felt better when I was searching, and it was this place in Akuno Ward that got the nod for $581 for the 6 nights we'll be in Japan. That brings the total costs for accommodation to $1,328. This was a pleasant surprise. There were no issues finding available tickets, and to make it even better, the prices were amazing. One thing I had to be careful of was that many of the available tickets were for students or concession, but nonetheless, I found a 3-day pass ticket, cheaper than the main race only ticket, for just $141. Absolute bargain. Because I'm visiting 3 different countries before the race, it's important I prioritise main attractions and must-do experiences. Beijing's all about the Great Wall for me. Taking a day trip to the Mutianyu section will not only give me a chance to explore the wall, but take a cable car up, and after I've finished walking it, take a toboggan slide down. Yes, that's right, a toboggan. Other important places to check out in Beijing are Tiananmen Square, a place that's been iconic throughout history, and the Forbidden City. And of course, we can't leave without eating some Peking duck. Seoul is a place I have little knowledge about. It appears that a visit to South Korea's capital is not complete without visiting Bukchon Hanok Village, a town that shows off traditional Hanok houses. Taking a walk along the Cheonggyecheon stream, which previous to 2003 had been buried for decades beneath an elevated highway, and to hike up Namsan Mountain to reach the end Seoul Tower and take in the panoramic views of the city. And when we need to eat, taking in the Korean barbecue experience is a must. We then finally arrive in Osaka with time to explore before the race. Cherry blossom season will be in full swing and is one of the most beautiful times to be in Japan. Aside from viewing the foliage, Osaka has so much to offer. From the neon sign-filled Dotonbori area, where people flock to see the Glico Running Man sign, to Osaka Castle, there's something for everyone. Seeing a live sumo show or driving through the streets in go-karts like Mario are also experiences on offer. And if seeing more than just Osaka is what we're after, then day trips are simple and easy. Kyoto to the north is the cultural heart of Japan, with over 1,600 temples, 400 shrines, and the 10,000 Torii Gates walk. And Nara, a town that has over 1,000 deer living throughout its parks, gives you the chance to interact, feed, and even receive a bow, as they all try to convince you to give them some biscuits. Japan's cuisine is one to behold and an experience in itself. There are hundreds of ways to eat seafood, rice and meat. Skewers, dumplings and fried chicken seem to be everywhere. But don't forget the convenience stores. These offer food, drinks and snacks 24 hours a day. You could legitimately live only eating and drinking from a konbini. It's been a very different lead up to the Suzuka Grand Prix. With 2 weeks between races, we ended up having 3 flights, visiting 3 different cities, all before the cars lined up on the grid. I've decided on daily budgets for food, sightseeing and local transport with the help of AI. I'll put aside $120 a day in Beijing, $90 in Seoul, and $175 for Osaka. So after totaling the costs of flights, accommodation, tickets to the race, and daily expenses, this round comes in at a little over $4,300. This brings the total cost of the trip so far to $10,073. Thanks for watching. With the next 2 races being cancelled, I'll see you in the next video when we head to Miami, or maybe somewhere else in between.